everyone. My name is Gaurav and I'm associated with El-Bethel AG International Church for last 4 months. In Bangalore, I stay with my family, which includes my parents, my wife, and my 3.5-year-old son. And this is my testimony today. When I was just 3 months old, I was adopted by my parents, who were 2 generations older than me. And what happened because of that was I was not able to develop a bond with my parents the way any other child would develop. I did not get the physical and psychological environment which is essential for any child when growing up. What also happened was that I almost grew up alone without any siblings, which always made me feel very lonely. While other kids would go out and play and fight and just grow stronger, but in my case, all that didn't happen because I always grew up in a very protected environment. When I really grew up and I got married, that is when I started feeling more sandwiched, which means my parents started getting older and started having some health issues for which I had to take care of them. My wife also got pregnant and I had to take care of her as well. My office had been very demanding, so from all these sides I felt very pressed. That started making me more anxious and worrying about every single thing. And back in 2016, I reached a point wherein I had depression. Almost for 1 year, I had to take medicines to just overcome my depression and anxiety. And I had a really hard time to come off those medicines. I really had to work very hard. Fast forward 2021, post-COVID. Again, I came across a very similar situation wherein being locked up inside the home, office pressure continuously increasing, and the responsibility of my family, all of this started pressing me down. And once again, I started feeling very anxious to a point that I started losing my sleep at nights. Sometimes I would wake up at 12 a.m. in the midnight. Sometimes I would wake up at 4 a.m. Sometimes at 2:30 a.m. and I wouldn't sleep for the rest of the night. And one day, if someone doesn't sleep properly, it becomes so difficult to manage the day after that. For me, it had been going on for 1 long year. Day after day, night after night. At office, my productivity started decreasing. I was not feeling good. I was feeling so dejected, so hopeless. That is when I decided I really need to go to a church in my nearby area. And I just Googled it up and I came across the El-Bethel International AG Church. The first day when I came to this church, I was totally broken-hearted. I was so dejected. I was really looking for one strong message from God that would bring peace into my heart. And trust me, the very first day I walked into this church, God showed me a miracle. This place was new for me. People were new for me. But that day, we had a visiting pastor from Punjab who needed a Hindi to English translator. And God had put me in that place to do that job. And I did that translation. And that made me feel so confident. And that gave me a strong message that I am in the right place. The message which I was just hoping to hear from the pastor, I ended up sharing with people in the church. and I knew that I am in the safe hands now. And things started improving in my life. My anxiety levels started going down. Overall, I started feeling happier. Sunday after Sunday, I kept coming to the church and I kept listening to Pastor Goldie's message, and that really helped me. But what was really the turning point was when a month back, when Pastor asked me that could he and Prema ma'am come to my house, and I was so delighted at this. I just said, yeah, please do, Pastor. I'd be really glad to host you at my place. And then he came over for lunch, and we spent some really good time talking about so many different aspects, talking about scriptures. And at the end, he prayed for me and my family. But until then, Pastor wasn't really aware about the troubles that I was going through. It's only when he started leaving, my wife happened to mention about my ongoing issues to Prema ma'am. And this is something which ma'am mentioned to Pastor Goldie. And then together they prayed for me, and they asked the church to pray for me. And trust me, that day and till this date, every single night, I have been sleeping so peacefully. From 3 to 4 hours of sleep earlier, I am now peacefully having 6 hours of sound sleep. Every morning, getting up, thanking Lord for all the mercy that He has showered on me, for all the grace He has given to me. And not just that, even in other areas of my life, I started seeing the progress. In my office, I've become much more productive now. Overall, I've been able to accomplish a lot more than what I used to. I am also able to spend more quality time with my son and with my family. Overall, I feel much more joyful, much more peaceful, and I really thank the Lord for all His blessings to put me in that position. And I would sincerely like to thank Pastor Goldie and Prema ma'am for welcoming me into this church family and making me feel so much at home. And I'm also thankful to each and every volunteer of this church. Includes Donna, includes Nikita, and all other members who have always made this place feel so homely for people like us. Thank you so much.